Welcome to the Pit Crew podcast. I'm Camille, you're attending, and I have my residents with me.
I'm Mal.
And I'm Robert.
And I'm back!
And she's back! Thank God. We really missed having our adult to your adult last week. I feel like we were a little off the rails.
Wild to get to the point of your life where you realize that people are referring to you as the adult to your adult.
Camille, thank God, we need you. There's only an hour left in the shift. What are we supposed to do? There was a shooting
There's
that
only
happened.
an hour left in the shift.
Yeah.
And because we're about to get to our last episode, that's why, we're gonna hold off to really build suspense.
Yeah, we're gonna jump into all that craziness, but we are gonna have this is our mailbag episode. We've been talking about wanting to do one. We've got emails that we haven't responded to and stuff like that, and we feel bad. And so we wanted to talk about everything that people have sent us and share that with the class.
We get a lot of emails at work, and sometimes you're just emailed out.
For anyone who's like, no, I want to hear them talk about 5 o'clock. Oh my God, the beginning of the PITT shooting thing. Yeah, listen. Shut up. Anyway.
Before we really jump in today, we have to give a massive round of applause. So many millions of congratulations to everybody on the PITT. To Sean Haddisy for winning an Emmy for his work on the PITT, Catherine Lanassa.
Just Sean, no one else.
Yeah, no one else. Noah Wiley. They are all first-time Emmy winners. And then also the PITT itself, the cast and crew for Outstanding Drama Series. We're so excited, so proud. I will tell you, Catherine won the first award of the night, and it was an upset. I didn't see it coming. I thought, she was very well deserving of it, but I was not holding out hope because it was such a steep, the competition was huge.
Who was she up against? I haven't really been following. But
oh Lord.
I don't watch a whole lot of TV, so because I'm better than everyone else. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you're better than everyone else. That's why you watch shows where people hold hands.
So she was up against Carrie Coon for The White Lotus. I'm obsessed with Carrie Coon. I love Carrie Coon. Patricia Arquette for Severance. Julianne Nicholson for Paradise. Parker Posey for The White Lotus. And Amy Lee Wood for The White Lotus.
Yeah, that's a pretty good category.
So let's jump into some emails. I took screenshots, so bear with me. I'm going to read them off my phone.
We should totally, by the way, have a spare episode being like, oh my God, let's talk about how everyone who went to the Emmys served cunt with their outfits. It was great.
Oh, well, here's the thing.
Can we say the word cunt on this podcast?
I've said it at least once before.
He already has.
Are we saying? Yeah. Oh, okay. Shit, I didn't know that. Okay, great. Yeah. No, the looks were serving.
At the actual Emmys, yes. However,
yes, no, Camille and I spent probably 2 hours on the phone yesterday, and probably an hour of that was her just sending me various pictures from various events surrounding the Emmys, and was just like, I hate this one, this one's okay. We spent so long going through outfits, so
I am really judgmental when it comes to red carpet looks, and I spare no one. I'm sorry.
Maybe, Camille, you should do your own little episode of best and worst PITT red carpet looks. But did you hear that Noah Wiley's suit was made by Figs, the scrub company? That's so cool.
That's awesome. It's the only suit they've ever made, and I think they said it was the only suit they will ever make, but he wanted them to make his suit, so they did, which is so cool. Okay.
That's amazing.
So we have an email from Courtney. This is from back in May. I'm telling you guys. Whoops.
Oh, we are so sorry, Courtney.
So Courtney says, thanks for starting a podcast about our favorite show. I was so moved by their decision to dedicate part of an episode to talking about the Freedom House ambulance service and would love for you to dig in more. Kevin Hazard's book, American Sirens, and the episode of 99% Invisible that he was on do a good job of covering this. She says that she's an EMT and an EMT instructor, and the history of the Freedom House still is not covered in the curriculum.
Ooh.
Isn't that crazy?
I read the email. I don't know why I said ooh, but
So she said the wider the word can be spread about the Black men who were the first paramedics, the better. I agree. That's definitely on our to-do list. We've kind of run into this moment where we're all really, really busy in our personal lives, and then I keep getting injured. And so so then we're like, oh God, are we falling behind? What kind of episode are we supposed to be doing?
At this point, it's not a
Yeah.
matter of if Camille gets hurt. It'll be a matter of when.
Very true.
She needs the Freedom House ambulance service.
God, I did almost call an ambulance the other night, and then I was like, my door's locked, and I'm not paying for someone to kick down my door. That's not happening.
Smart.
So we also have an email from Felix, and part of Felix and I went back and forth a little bit, but part of the email said, I just got to the part in the episode where you're discussing that infantilizing article, the one that we talked about with Tal Anderson about
Yes.
Mel's neurodivergence. And Felix said, the way that Tal is describing Mel being trusting due to a lack of personal experience has me realizing just how Mel and Victoria Javadi are foils, in that their life experiences forced them to not experience many traditional social nuances. Mel, because she's been taking care of Becca for however long.
See, this email I missed. Like, this is the first time I'm hearing of this. So
Yeah.
that was an ooh, I didn't know this.
That's a doozy where you're like, you don't think about it, but then you're like, oh, well, that actually does make sense.
Just
I
wait.
love
Okay.
foils. Someone uses the word foils and I'm locked in. I'm like,
I know.
yes. Okay, anyway, continue.
So, at Victoria, because her parents pushed her to be a 13-year-old university student and were helicopter momming even in the emergency room. Like, in a way, Victoria isn't trusting, whereas Mel is, because of their experiences and how they've been so opposite regarding how much responsibility surrounding their loved ones they've been allowed to have. Mel is responsible for Becca, and if she messes up, her sister, who she's on somewhat more equal footing to than a parent, would be the person impacted, and Victoria, in many ways, is responsible to her parents and their expectations.
Ooh, very true.
Mm-hmm.
That's really interesting. I never considered, because I've thought a lot about Javadi and her coming into this with no real social, like not real, but no normal like social experiences, because like she was obviously so young when she
no age appropriate social experience.
That's better. Yes.
Yeah.
Just not that like I think that the college experience is like the end all to be all, like everyone needs to have this to be like a normal quote unquote well-adjusted adult, because you don't.
The like college experience in like the pop culture zeitgeist is, getting drunk with friends and a party all night and, studying all night. I mean, she probably did the studying part because she graduated college early, but she's not old enough to do like the other quote unquote experiences of college, even if she did or didn't want to.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's also the thing about like her mom. We know just from conversations during the show that her mom even brings up medical research and studies and things at home at the dinner table. She can't even be at home turned off. Her mom is like, what about this? And did you hear about this? And we talked about this at home,
Yeah.
So like, where does she get to rest? She doesn't.
No, so true. And like, I don't know. I see some of myself in her. I mean, obviously I am not a child medical prodigy, but I think like
what kind of prodigy are you?
I'm not a prodigy at all.
Okay.
I'm just thinking more like, I feel like I didn't have a typical college experience because I kind of hated college because I didn't feel like I was myself in college. I felt like there were all these expectations, and a lot of them were kind of imposed on me by myself, like thinking like this is what I should be and who I should be. And it wasn't until like after college that I sort of had the maturity and the courage to like break out of what I thought I had to be. And like I was much older than Javadi when I was finally able to do that. And so I almost wonder like, will she someday be able to break out of this like
up where
box
they
that her
walk,
parents had put her? Yeah.
up
And
where
also
they
like
run.
have her basketball is your dream, dad, not mine moment,
You love that archetype.
I love that.
I was thinking more. Listen, for some reason, the first Mal's going on this whole spiel, and I'm like, oh, this is why she likes Who I'd Be from Shrek the Musical.
What?
Listen. Who I'd Be from Shrek the Musical is like one of the top 10 musical theater songs of all time, and I will die on that hill. That song is so good. That song rocks.
I actually have no idea what you're talking about. The only thing I know from Shrek the Musical is because of Ashby, and it's one lyric, and it's "Here in Duloc." Because she dressed up as
Because she was Farquaad, yes, of course. So, Camille, you will be listening to Who I'd Be from Shrek the Musical.
Oh, shit.
Very soon.
I thought you were literally saying that's why she was interested in the character that you would be in Shrek the Musical.
No.
That's what I thought you were saying.
Song.
Oh.
We love an I Want song.
So good.
Okay, so we're making Shrek into Hercules?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So next, we have an email from Ivy. Ivy said, "Hi, y'all. Just wanted to add my perspective as a trans woman regarding Tasha's interaction with her healthcare providers. Some have mentioned the way that she thanked Javati may have been over the top. Personally, it rings true, being seen and understood as who you really are by your physicians, and it means a lot, especially given the state of trans healthcare in many places. The line that didn't land for me was when Tasha said, 'I know something about life changing,' or something like that. Outing yourself in front of people you aren't sure are safe is no laughing matter. The way I came to like it anyway was seeing it as a sign that she knows her doctors are cool, but still. Just my 2 cents. I think you're a 5-star podcast. Thanks for everything." Thank you, Ivy. I agree.
5-star podcast? Thank you so much.
I hope we're part of your Spotify Wrapped at the end of the year. Woo!
If you love us, rate us 5 stars. If you hate us, rate us 5 stars.
If you're indifferent to us, give us like a 4.5 star. You know, a little outside of the curve.
I'll settle for a 4.
we love 5-star reviews. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciated getting, a trans perspective on this one. I didn't necessarily see it as, not to be like, so in my cis opinion, but like I didn't necessarily see it as like her outing herself to these providers, because like I think she was already outed like by the medical records, and so it felt to me more like, oh, okay, I'm making sort of light of what is kind of a shitty situation for me, because like these things don't reflect who I am, Right. I don't know.
I don't know. As much as I do love any representation, period, and like I'm not a trans woman, I can't speak of like that from that experience. I still do look at that scene and I keep listening to her and I'm like, this feels a little bit like, oh my god, thank you, cis savior. Thank you for acknowledging my gender. No, maybe not that extreme, but still, I'm like, this feels a little bit, what's the word? Panhandling? Is that the word?
Yeah, I don't know if that's the right word, but like I know what you mean. It feels a little bit like trans representation for dummies, sort of, because I think, it's very much not something that is normalized.
I think the critique of it is less that it is that it's less trans representation and more a trans character for the benefit of the cis characters to show how woke they are. That's the critique. Which, like, I understand that. I didn't take it that way. I definitely, but personally, I think like the line about, I know something about life changing, like, yeah, that was a little odd. But I just see it as like a line that fell flat, I see it the same way as I see Mohan saying, "But are any of us normal?" Like, it's just like, it's a line that doesn't land. I don't get it.
It's a little cheesy and odd. Yeah.
That's how I see it, I think.
And even when I say it like that, I don't think this is like the worst representation ever. I'm like, oh my god, this is harming trans rights.
Eddie Redmayne.
I'm not looking at the scene being like, oh my god, this is ruining trans rights and progress for years to come. Like, no, it's not doing that at all. But I'm still, and again, I'm not a trans woman. I can't like exactly say like, oh no, it's exactly what it should be like, because I don't know what it should be like from a personal experience of like, oh, this is what I would like to see for representing my own experience. But I do maybe a little bit roll my eyes when it's like, oh, thank you so much, wow. I no one's ever respected me before. Thank you so much. You specifically,
Yeah.
Javati. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. Have your cake and eat it too.
It feels a little to me like how some, like, I feel like I've seen plays, which I feel like are very geared
You've
towards
seen
like
plays?
I love a play. If you couldn't tell by the way I freaked out about Shrek the musical, I love theater.
I love theater. I just saw Maybe Happy Ending yesterday and I cried like a bitch. It is maybe now my favorite musical of all time.
Oh my gosh, maybe it dethroned Back to the Future, thank God.
Oh yeah, no, it did.
There's a musical that I saw like a promo for on TikTok that like
Two strangers carry a cake across New York.
They haven't even started previews yet, and I saw it and I sent it to Mal because I was like, Mal will like this. It's a musical she can go see, and she'd already heard of it, of course. And I'm like, what? Okay.
Oh, I know what's coming, especially with musicals. But anyway, I feel like there have been plays that I have seen with like certain representation, but then it feels like they kind of over explain it to the audience, like through the character, because they're like, we want the audience to know what this thing is, like particularly with less like quote unquote like mainstream things, like you might have a character who's like, oh, I'm pansexual, and then they like
with cultural things rather than we tend to over explain.
Yeah, and so it's kind of, I don't know, like that's sort of what this was giving to me. I was like, it doesn't necessarily feel harmful, but it also feels like this is representation for like people who maybe don't understand.
Your parents are watching
really,
with
like,
you.
Yeah, what being trans is. Because I'm like, none of the trans people I know in real life would talk like that, but also like this is a character in a show, and for some people this may be like their first time seeing a trans character in a show, which is like great, love that. So it has to be a little more like not basic, but like basic and like kind of explained to you, like I don't know, because a lot of people are still like, okay, trans woman, does that mean that you
people don't like and I'm like, okay,
none of your business, the word woman is right there, currently a woman, like
no, I agree.
All that dribble to say,
trans rights, protect
trans
the dolls.
Trans rights, for sure.
Protect trans kids.
And our opinion as two cis and one cis-ish person.
Robert's got that they-he energy.
Yeah, I'm just doing my thing.
Robert's pronouns are baby. Sorry.
No, my pronouns are tired AF. I'm exhausted. I drove a lot the weekend prior to recording this, and I'm still not recovered, and I don't know when I will be recovered. I remember seeing a meme once that was like, you go to sleep a little too late once when you're 8 years old, and you never catch up on your sleepover again.
Oh my god.
Real.
That's so scary true. Okay. We have another email from Amir about episode 9, and Amir said, I was watching the show for the umpteenth time, and I noticed that when Dr. Robbie helped move the lady from the car accident, his back was also hurting as well. So maybe that's also why in the next episode he thinks about helping Langdon, because he may have done the same as well. And like, yes, Amir, absolutely, that is exactly how you understand how I watch the show now. Because I sit there and I'm like, like in life, I'm not much of a conspiracy theorist, but when it comes to shows, I'm like, oh, Robbie's an addict.
Conspiracy. I mean, I don't necessarily think that, but I don't know.
I have a lot of opinions that I think Camille and I have disagreed upon about like that scene. About there's like a scene at the end when he's like, oh, I'm gonna help Langdon, and there's that whole argument. I'm like, I feel like narratively there's something that Robbie could have done. I don't think it's the right thing to do, but this is something that I think under the circumstances and pressure is something that could have happened for extra drama. We'll get there when we cover that episode. But I like the more I've thought about it, because Camille and I've disagreed about it, the more I'm like, I don't think that's like, I think this should happen, but I don't think it would be the correct thing to happen in my brain, if that makes sense.
I don't think it's necessarily in character for Robbie to do something for maximum drama.
No, that's
either.
the thing.
Yeah.
I'm the more I think, I'm like, this would be such an out of character moment, but during like it would amplify how stressed and how whatever he is, and how maybe this could have also been a pathway of like, oh, he's here to try and help people, and the one person who really needed his help most, he just like fucked over monumentally in this like AU that I'm thinking of.
AU, for people who don't know, is alternate universe, by the way.
And if you find Robert's fanfiction on AO3, mind your own business.
Skibbity Riz toilet, bestie.
And if you find my fanfiction on AO3, mind your own business. It's not about the
See,
pit,
that's your
don't worry.
fanfic.
What, you don't have fanfic where it's just oh my god, Garcia and Santos kissing?
I have written hardcore smut about this. No, I'm just kidding. I haven't written any PITT fan fiction. They feel too much like real people to me, and I'm like, I can't. I haven't even like it's weird because this is a piece of media that I really enjoy, that I have never felt any desire to be like, I need to read fan fiction about this, which is like not something that typically happens. Like when I read a piece of media and I really like it, I'm like, okay, that was great. I need fan fiction like expeditiously. And I haven't even looked, like I don't know how many fanfics there are for the PITT on AO3 because I've never
There's
looked.
so much Jack Abbott fanfic.
Oh, I'm
telling you right
sure.
now.
I'm sure.
I haven't looked, but I know it.
Oh no! I gave a cursory glance, for research. There is a lot of like self-insert fanfic with Jack Abbott. Like you're a patient that Jack Abbott takes care of.
I know for a fact that there's a bunch about his dead wife.
Ooh.
So
Okay,
I have
hold
friends
on.
that talk about it and like keep up with it, but when I was growing up, I read a lot of fanfic, and then now I don't. I almost like, personally, I get like secondhand embarrassment from fanfic now.
Ooh. See, that's why you do it at night after dark, and that's when it's between me and God.
Writing fanfic after hours.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so there are 4,953 works for the PITT on AO3. The number one
What the fuck was the question, by the way? I completely just forgot what the question we were answering was.
Oh, it wasn't a question. We were talking about, you were talking about what you thought Robbie should have done. Not that he should have done it, but that you would have liked.
I wanted to tell you about the one that's got the most kudos on AO3.
Do it.
My God. Okay, like the top 3 with the most kudos are all Mel Langdon. And number 1 appears to be one where Langdon is divorced, and
of course he is.
Mel like takes him in to her place, and they're like staying together. And I guess,
God, I can't imagine the two of them living together.
It's not smut, it's just rated teen. So
I just feel like if they live together, he probably lives in a way that, like, I love Langdon, right? But he also strikes me as the husband who comes home and like tires out the kids and plays with the kids, and then also falls asleep with the kids and leaves a mess. Why are you laughing?
I'm sorry. I'm looking at fanfiction tags. So the 4th most popular fanfiction is the first time you get like an explicit smut fanfic, and it is Abbott Mohan.
I knew it. I knew it.
Some of the tags, almost unprotected sex, and Samira Mohan has mommy and daddy issues.
leave a comment if you want us to read.
No.
PITT smut.
No.
Okay, leave a comment if you want me and Mal to read PITT smut.
Oh my gosh, it is like oh, Mel and Langdon, that's crazy.
Wow.
I thought there would be a lot more Abbott. I'm not looking, but
Abbott Robbie also smut.
Yeah, there's some Abbott Robbie smut where they fuck each other, and there's some Abbott Robbie smut where they fuck you, like together. Yes, I'm well aware of this.
I don't want to know why you're aware.
I was just trying to see how long it would take me to get to a Garcia Santos, and apparently a long time.
Oh yeah, a long time. Low-key homophobic.
You hate to see it. Well, it's the thing with fanfiction is it's almost never homophobic when it comes to the men. It's a little homophobic when it comes to the women.
When it comes to women, it's more voyeuristic.
Yeah, it's like everybody wants to see the white boys have sex, but
God forbid.
The women and the people of color are misrepresented in the smut.
Especially the women of color.
I'm gonna get fired from my job for talking about fanfiction on this podcast. Anyway.
Only if you get found out. Just don't get caught.
Okay, all right.
There was no question, but I feel like we answered your question adequately.
Thanks, Amir. Okay. We also have an email from Emily. She said she signed off by saying, "Your faithful listener, fellow loser, and Hyman haver, Emily," which is a
love that
sign off.
Shout out to Emily.
If this fucking podcast ever like blows up and we get like invited to like press stuff or whatever, knowing that somewhere out there on the world, in the ethernet or in the internet, whatever, me saying the words Hyman Haver are part of my legacy. I'm gonna fucking like, I'm gonna cry inside.
I want someone to clip you going Hyman Haver and set that as like a text tone on their phone. Hyman Haver.
I'm gonna do it.
Hyman
It's gonna be
Haver.
my text tone for whenever Robert texts me.
Here's, if you want to commit to the meme, here's a clip. Here's a clean clip of me saying it. Hyman Haver.
We're gonna have a glossary episode where all of the inside jokes we lay out in a glossary. Okay, so the email from Emily says, first of all, I just want to let you know how much I appreciate all the work that you do. I know it's kind of a cliche to say that I listen along and I feel like I'm hanging out with friends, but that's really how it feels. I'm trying so hard to get my real life friends to watch The Pit, so thank goodness for you guys and both Pit subreddits. I haven't been this invested in a show in a long time, and I have so many thoughts. Anyway, I'm writing because I just listened to the most recently posted episode, which ended with a discussion about Abbott's falsified measurements of Christie's fetus. One of the reasons that I'm absolutely feral for this fictional character, but that's beside the point. Same. There was some confusion as to why Abbott didn't give her the medicine earlier and how someone was going to have to take the measurements again, so why didn't he just take care of it? While I don't have any explanations for why this happens that aren't just that's what the plot required for the show's narrative, I do think he very specifically asked Robbie to take care of it in the first episode because he knew that Robbie would look out for Christy and make sure that she got the medicine, no questions asked. Also feral for Robbie for the same reason.
We're
So,
all just like a bunch of feral raccoons when it comes to any of the attractive characters on this show.
was that more warthog? Sorry.
So Camille doesn't know what a raccoon sounds like.
Do you?
No, I don't, but I know it doesn't sound like that. This reminds me how if you have one of those like the giraffe says, or the elephant says this, the lion says this. When it comes to giraffe, they don't have anything, but giraffes just sound like.
Have you ever heard a turtle? No. There's like if you ask your Google Home, it was like a trend to ask your Google Home what a turtle sounded like, and it's like, is this the sound it would make?
Oh,
Yeah. No, I remember that. Yeah, it's specific. It's a specific breed of turtle that makes that sound, I think.
Okay, so going off of the same topic, the same question, we have an email from Saoirse. And you know what? I don't know if she says Saoirse or Sorsha. I think Sorsha is the proper way to say it, but Saoirse Ronan is the only person that I've ever pronounced it, and that's how she says it. I know she says it differently though. So Saoirse, Sorsha.
Sorry if we got your name
But
wrong.
hey, I didn't butcher it. At least I wasn't like.
At least you weren't.
Saoirse?
Yeah.
So, the email says, hello, I'm a huge fan of The Pit, and I've loved listening to your thoughts and reactions in the podcast. I studied gender studies in undergrad and now at my master's, and researched a lot about abortion policy, so hopefully I can answer y'all's question from the end of your episode on 12 p.m. A lot of states, even those with fairly, quote, reasonable, end quote, sounding restrictions on abortion, will have what are called mandatory waiting periods, meaning that in order to obtain an abortion, even a medication abortion, a patient has to go to a doctor and then wait the amount of time specified in the law and then go back again to receive the abortion. This, I do know this. I don't know why I totally forgot this. This is very accurate. Thank you for pointing this out. In Pennsylvania, as of July 31st of this year, bitch.
July 31st, bitch.
I meant to say
July 31st, bitch.
No, I meant to say which, by the way, we are halfway through September as of recording this. So,
oh God, where does the time go?
In Pennsylvania, as of July 31st of this year, their laws include a mandatory 24-hour waiting period, although the first counseling visit does not have to be in person. To me, a more interesting question is why Abbott needed to lowball the measurements, as abortion is legal in Pennsylvania up to 24 weeks. Granted, minors need parental consent. My best guess is either the gestation week limit was lower when they were writing/shooting, totally possible as the makeup of the state legislatures change more often than national politics, and abortion is an issue that is changing all the time at the state level, or that they are referring to the medical recommendations for when to do a medication abortion, mifepristone and or misoprostol, versus a surgical, which is a DNC. She also said, I'm not from Pennsylvania, so I double-checked the status of abortion rights there via the Guttmacher Institute, which does amazing work tracking all of the stuff. She also linked the Pennsylvania page for us. And she said, hopefully this provides some clarity. Feel free to include this info in a future podcast if you want, or just satisfying your own curiosity. Well, guess what, Saoirse? We included it. Thank you.
Yes.
Bitch.
So, because I'm like, okay, when the hell did they make abortion? Like, when the hell did they put these abortion laws into place? And apparently, Pennsylvania has an executive order designed to protect people seeking reproductive healthcare services in Pennsylvania.
Oh, when was that ratified?
That went into effect in like 2022. So the PITT should have been like, this, in other words, should not have been a problem when it came to like when they were recording the PITT. So I don't know.
Okay, cool. Well, I think that from the podcast perspective here, the group of us, we are very fortunate in that none of us have ever needed to seek abortion care.
Specifically in Pennsylvania.
I'm in
other states.
Tennessee, so, you know. But none of us have needed that, and so that's why we're so blissfully ignorant in certain aspects. And I'm like grateful for it, but I also have to realize that like I should be more educated so that I can better support people who need that support, you know?
Also, in case anyone was wondering, it's page 6 on AO3 if you sort by kudos before you get to a Garcia Santos fanfic. Sorry, I needed to find it. Page 6. So, just by the way, I just want all the fanfic writers to know how deeply they've hurt me with that one. Thank you.
What if you... Here, that's your homework for a bonus episode. We all write fanfic. You write Santos and Garcia kissing.
In my fanfic, everyone is locked in and paying attention to recording the podcast.
Wow, that's really an AU.
It's like one of those horror AUs where they're like aware that they're a fictitious show.
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
And then and they're like, oh, we have to act so that, you know, these three adults, quote unquote, can talk about the PITT.
Listen, it's about the PITT. It's about the PITT. I didn't change the subject. We brought up fanfiction and then I need to know.
Yeah, we brought up fanfic like 10 minutes ago and now we're talking about abortion rights.
Abortion.
Okay, but sorry, the reason it took me so long to find the fanfic is because I was like half trying to listen and also half trying to scroll. So
what would Mal choose? Gay fanfic or abortion rights?
Gay fanfiction. I'm sorry, it's not even a contest.
Well.
Oh, wait. Sorry. I thought you meant like to talk about on this podcast. I'm like, yes, I want to talk more about gay fanfiction. But like in real life?
Nope. You already made your choice.
It's giving that one episode of The Basement Yard where Joe asks Frankie if he supports women's suffrage. And he doesn't know what it means.
He doesn't think women should
and
suffer.
He's like, I don't know. It sounds like a trick question.
Listen, I support women's right to choose to read gay fanfiction, you know? So.
But you don't support a woman's right to get an abortion. Wow, okay.
No, only the fanfic. You can't do.
I'm keeping that in. I'm editing around it so that it makes
I was gonna say, very carefully edit that.
You can't abort a child before they get to read gay fanfiction.
I'm going full.
How dare you take away that choice?
I'm so sorry.
We are getting Mal canceled on Twitter.com.
Oh, that's what we should call this episode. Canceled. Just like the Taylor Swift song with an exclamation point at the end.
That song and the one about being an eldest daughter, I feel like are gonna be about
I think they're gonna be reputation coded, and they're gonna be important to me. I can feel it. Yeah. So okay. All right.
All that dribble jabble aside, we are pro-abortion rights. Hell yeah. Pro-choice.
Yes,
Fuck yeah.
We are pro-choice. And we are pro-gay fanfiction, so.
Yeah, and I want to point out, there's a big difference. Like we say pro-choice, and it's important that you say like pro-choice. Now, I'm pro-abortion as well. Like if you want an abortion for whatever reason, you should have one. That's what I think. But I also want to point out the fact that like being pro-choice is also a very important verbiage because like I am pro you being able to make your own choice, even if your choice is to never ever have an abortion because you think it's wrong. I'm pro you making that choice for yourself, but not for me, not for her, not for him, you know? So.
Yeah, some people, conservatives, were like, "Oh, pro-choice, yeah, that means we choose for you, right?" And it's like, "No, no,
No.
stop, nobody, get off the
Yeah.
mic."
Yeah.
Well, and it's not even pro-life, it's pro-birth, because you're not doing
Yes.
anything for those children you're forcing to be born, so.
Yep. Okay, moving on. This one, I loved getting this email. The title is A Theory, a PITT Theory. Okay, so this email says, "Howdy, y'all. Robert told me I should send this in." Nice, Robert.
Oh,
Good job.
I know who this is.
I've got a theory as to why the wife gave progesterone to the husband. I have no memory of what any of their names are. Wait. Let me read that again because I paused because I lost. I was like, wait, what? I have no memory of what any of their names are. Progesterone is certainly not the medication that she should have been giving him for what she wanted. If she wanted to kill his sex drive, she should have been giving him spironolactone. Spironolactone? A testosterone blocker. However, something progesterone is commonly used for is birth control. From what we see of them, it seems like she doesn't have a medical background or much base medical knowledge. My theory is that she was slipping him something she had easy access to, her own birth control, in hopes that it would have the effect she wanted. Keep up the good work, pals. You're doing great, sweeties.
Thank you,
Thank you, Mac. I love that.
That's Robert's boyfriend, by the way.
Who has, God, has he been in the background? He's been in the background a few times yelling about like, "Oh, this is why XYZ would happen."
Yeah.
I love him. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, and I trust his medical opinion, so thank you, Mac.
We also got an email from Landon. Landon is, hold on.
Go home, Frank.
Landon, so he sent us an application for a fellowship with the podcast. He worked for 2 years in a level 3 trauma hospital. He works now as an EMT, and he's trying to get into a physician assistant program. So he's commented on a couple of our episodes on Spotify. I'll get to those comments in a little bit. I kind of went through emails and then through comments and things like that. But he sent us an email, and he said in his postscript, he said, "If it hasn't been answered yet, I wanted to fill you in on how Dana, as the charge nurse, typically doesn't really do a lot of patient care. Typically, a charge nurse does little to no care in a large emergency department setting like PTMC. Normally, they're coordinating the incoming squads, seeing who needs moved where, making sure doctors see critical lab results, and all the while trying to make sure that their nurses aren't drowning and needing help. If a charge nurse themselves isn't drowning, they often help out in getting IVs started, helping doctors with procedures, and getting the initial care started on incoming critical patients. On inpatient floors, though, charge nurses are typically performing direct patient care and have a team of patients assigned to them. Larger hospitals who have adequate staffing, though, will sometimes pull the charge nurse from being on the floor and will have them act in a similar way to Dana. Now, on that note, Dana definitely gets way more involved with the physicians than what is typically seen. There are also typically paramedics in the ER to help take reports from incoming squads and help with medications and IVs, so the charge nurse doesn't have to do as much." So thank you so much for explaining that, because I was like, I don't understand why she doesn't do much care except for like during the mash mash consultation.
I mean, technically, it's a mash. It's a mash unit at that point.
So
we did the mash. We did the monster mash.
Now, okay, so we did. Okay, here's another email. We addressed this last week, but Steven did email us, and he said, "Love all your shit. Still have to correct something." It's not treat 'em and yeet 'em, it's treat 'em and street 'em. I'm confident, as this has been a thing way longer than yeet has.
Okay, but Steven, it's not as good.
You know, I'm going to start defying the odds. I'm going to start saying, like, treat 'em and beat 'em.
Treat 'em and eat 'em. Treat 'em and yeet 'em.
Whoa.
Yeet 'em, then treat 'em. That's what we should have done to Doug Driscoll. Yeet him. And then maybe treat him after he's been yeeted.
So he says he's been a doctor for almost 25 years. Otherwise, keep up the great work. Thank you, Stephen. Crazy that someone who's been a doctor for 25 years listens to our podcast. That is
We're not qualified at all for this, sir. No. So glad that you enjoy our unqualified opinions.
Also on the topic of last week, Soraya commented on Spotify, and she said, lots of Filipinos have Spanish last names because of colonization. A good rule of thumb is that
Always
if they're
colonization.
Asian, is if they're Asian and have a Spanish last name, they're Filipino. Also, yes, most Filipinos are Catholic. Because we were saying her name is Trinity Saints, basically.
Yeah.
So thank you for chiming in with that. We appreciate it.
We appreciate you so much.
Yes. We were all on FaceTime a couple weeks ago, and I was building a piece of furniture, and Mal and I were on FaceTime for about 7 hours.
Yeah.
Robert was on for about the last 3 of those 7. And so 9 a.m. was our 3rd episode, and we could not remember the name of the Jeopardy host.
It's Ken Jennings. We know this now.
I still didn't know, so I was like, oh, the Jeopardy host, yeah.
I should have known this, by the way, because I regularly listen at work to those like 3-hour-long Jeopardy montages, and I try and answer as many as I can, because at some point I'd love to be on Jeopardy. Mac just texted me that he retook the Jeopardy quiz because he also wants to be on Jeopardy at some point.
We all laughed out loud when we got the notification of this comment, because we get push notifications from the Spotify app when we get a new comment. And so we all kind of just like lost it, because the way I read this comment, and I don't know if your name is Linnea or Linnea, I don't know where to put the stress in your name, but the comment is, Ken Jennings, Jeopardy renowned record setter and beloved Jeopardy host, Ken Jennings?
We're so sorry.
Read us to filth, honestly. Yeah, sorry.
Top 10 best comments, I think.
That's gonna be like a vocal stem for me. It's just gonna be Ken Jennings. It was so funny. On the same episode, 9 a.m., we had talked about why we don't really see Langdon and McKay interact very much. And we wondered, we kind of, had this moment of thinking, is it because she's kind of scared of men? She's got bad experiences with men. Is she avoiding him? Whatever. Well, Landon, who we had just talked about, he commented and said, I'm curious if Langdon is the one who avoids McKay out of fear that she would clock him as having an addiction.
There are a lot of characters in the show that I think it's just because of how chaotic everything is and how very little time people have to talk to each other. That's one of the reasons why Langdon doesn't get caught until, Santos, who has to pay attention constantly to her residents and her attending. To her senior, Santos has to pay attention to her senior residents and attending to be like, hey, I need to ask you questions. I also need to follow you around so I know what I'm doing.
And she needs to not ever report to him before making medical decisions.
But I just thought that was fascinating. I'd never thought of it that way. Is that because she's an addict, she'd be able to clock him? That's like, wow. That really changed my perspective of it. I'd never thought about it like that. So Landon also commented on our 8 a.m. episode. By the way, if you guys are like, sorry, I comment on everything. No, we want you to. It's great. We love it. We love to hear your thoughts. We love to hear real examples from out in the world and for you to explain stuff to us because, we don't work in healthcare. So Landon said that they love using fentanyl with patients because of its half-life. It breaks down much faster than morphine, so they don't have to worry about respiratory depression as much with morphine or Dilaudid. Let me just say, I had Dilaudid last week. They shot me up with some Dilaudid, and it was wild because they were like, it's not going to stop the pain. It's just going to turn off the pain receptors in your brain. He was like, so I can give you Dilaudid because for the back pain I was having, the doctor was like, there's really not anything I can do for you in an emergency room for this. He was like, I can't give you an epidural because I've learned now that that would have to come from an anesthesiologist and they can't do it in the emergency department, which I didn't know. He was like, I can give you Dilaudid, but it's not going to stop the pain. It's just going to turn off the pain receptors. So what that ended up being like is that I got home and it kicked in finally about 30 minutes later because they did it they injected it. And so I could tell when I moved that my body was reacting the same way to being in pain. My muscles were clenching up and everything was getting really stiff, but I wasn't feeling the pain of it. So,
Whoa.
like, that's why, like, other than the fact that they're addictive, that's why opiates are so dangerous, is because they're just turning off those pain receptors. So, you know, if you think about it, what you use pain for is your body is saying, "Stop what you're doing." The pain is a warning. It's like, "Stop what you're
Right. Yeah,
doing."
yeah, yeah.
So if you're not feeling that pain, you don't know when to stop. It's like if you didn't feel pain when you put your hand on a hot stove, why would you take your hand off the hot stove? You wouldn't,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So you need pain. And so that's the dangerous thing. And I actually had a conversation on Threads with another person who was like, "Yeah, I had a bulging disc too." And they gave me, she was like, it was before there was a lot more information about opiates. And so they gave me a ton of Dilaudid. And then because I wasn't feeling the pain the way that I should have, I fully ruptured the disc.
Oof.
She was like, I had to have spinal surgery, like, emergently, and then I had physical therapy. I had to, like, learn how to walk again, and she was like, because they gave me so much of it that I didn't feel that pain, and I ended up totally rupturing the disc, which is my fear. I hate that, but yeah.
Ah,
Also, fun
gosh.
fact that I learned, I'm not big into, like, my I think I said this last week, but when I have a flare up, so I have a bulging disc in my low back, and when it flares up, it causes like severe sciatic pain to the point that like I can't move my arms, my head, like my whole body. I'm just like, it's like hot lava.
You've heard of the floor is lava. Now we've got Camille is lava.
Your spine. And so I spent a whole week in bed last week. I typically tend to treat it with steroids because it reduces inflammation. That's what steroids do, is reduce inflammation. So that actually treats what's causing the pain rather than painkillers. And so I specifically asked, and I tend to specifically be like, I don't need painkillers. Like, that's not why I'm here. I'm here for steroids, for like an anti-inflammatory or something like that. Well, because of that, I really haven't had opiates before until they gave me this Dilaudid. A very common side effect, apparently, is like itchiness. There's like a specific word for it. What I read said that it like produces like or releases histamines. So like you just get itchy. But I was so out of it that I didn't realize that I was like really itchy until later on. And I was like, why was I was like laying there scratching my face. But I'm also the kind of person that's like, it's so like scratching like your back or whatever is soothing for me. So it didn't bother me too much.
Right.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, because I was like, okay, was I allergic to something that I had? And then I looked it up, and apparently it's a common side effect. And Mal, you probably, I was sending you videos of like me trying to
Oh
explain what was
yeah, I was
going
gonna
on.
say I got some very good high videos.
And it's not even, I don't even think they were funny. I was just clearly out of it.
I was like, oh, there's a lot of drugs at play here.
I was like, it was like 5-second pauses between like the comma in a sentence and the next word. And I would just take like a long break to scratch my face. And then I would start talking again. I was like a sloth. But yeah, so anyway, yay. That's why
But
they
you're
like
back.
fentanyl. Woo!
Oh, you're
Okay,
back.
so
Woo.
yay, I'm back. My back is back. Back again.
Back and better
Tell
than
a friend.
ever, baby.
And I have an appointment with pain management next week.
Yeah.
Yay! So hopefully
Yay.
they can help me.
Oh my God, you're gonna meet with Santos?
And then our last comment that I wanted to bring up was also from Landon. He said in our 7 a.m. episode, he said to shed some insight on mandatory reporting for psych, it all depends on the specific state. Here in Ohio, physicians and police are able to write an affidavit of mental health, which is a court order to receive psychiatric treatment. In Ohio, this is a tricky situation because he doesn't have David's writing directly in front of him. If Teresa brought it, Robbie could have written one of those quote unquote psych holds, or colloquially a pink slip. So basically, they're saying like you've got to have like hard evidence to be like, here, proof. It's right here.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't consider the fact that no one but her ever saw the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess this is something we didn't really think about. It's like a physically written on a piece of paper.
Right. I'm like, did she take a picture of it?
Yeah, this would have been great. I mean, to be fair, she's trying to go about this the like I don't want my son arrested way. She's trying to go about this the like I want my son to get help way. So maybe subconsciously it's like, oh, if I take a photo, it seems like I'm gathering evidence.
Then it's evidence.
Yeah. So, Interesting. I hate the nuance of it. I'm just like, you know what? How about we protect these girls?
Right. I mean,
gun control now.
Protect
we
women.
need to make it so much more difficult to get a gun.
That's the dream. Anyway.
So I posted on our Instagram story and just asked if anybody had any questions for us. Amberine wrote in and said, since Patrick Ball compared Langdon to Hamlet, what literary characters would you compare the main ensemble to? And so while you guys are thinking about yours, I will say that I've been thinking about like the characters as Greek gods.
Ooh, okay.
I would never put Robbie as Zeus ever because it's just not
Zeus
right.
sucks. Honestly, I don't think you can put any of them as Greek gods because like 9 out of 10 Greek gods suck like so hard.
Well, I mean, but they have their,
Also, 9 out of 10 was probably not like probably should have been like 11 out of 12 because like the whole thing is that there's like 12 male Olympians. But anyway, it's fine.
I wouldn't even put any of them as like Asclepius. Isn't that funny? I'm like,
yeah.
I mean, I was gonna be like Robbie should be Sisyphus.
Okay, you want to know who I think
Robbie is Sisyphus, yeah.
In my brain, the one that pops up constantly for Robbie is actually Dionysus because of the madness aspect. The whole PTSD of it all, I just keep thinking of like Dionysus.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then maybe Jack Abbott. Well, see, here's the thing is like Jack Abbott to me is not Ares, but he's kind of Mars in a way. But that's too on the nose with like the veteran thing.
Yeah, a little bit too on the nose.
I have like no good answers for this question. I don't read. Actually, I do, but I'm just like.
Is your name Jared? Are you 19? You've never learned how to read?
I never learned how to read, actually. I'm so like locked in on one particular book series right now that I'm like, there's no other characters ever, and I don't think any of them like translate. So
I think Langdon kind of like Apollo.
No, Langdon is Icarus. He got too close to the sun.
Oh, would that make Robbie Daedalus?
Maybe in a way.
I could see that.
Very interesting.
The question was not them as Greek gods, it was literary characters.
Yeah.
but my brain always goes Greek gods.
I mean, it's literary enough. I had to learn about them in English class, so.
Side note, I remember once having to look up Greek myths for a thing, and I kept getting mad because it was like, oh, the myths of Hercules. I'm like, no, I want the real stories of Hercules. Wait a minute.
Hercules was a real guy.
Like, I want the real
Jack
stories.
Abbott as the Trojan horse.
That means we all get inside Jack Abbott.
Robert.
Whoa, God, sorry. I wasn't listening, and then I was
and
after.
then all of a sudden you were.
Oh my God. Oh, what about like Samira as Achilles? Like great, just like admired, well-liked, but
yeah,
has a weak spot.
And also doesn't know when to quit.
Yeah. Uh-huh. She is dragging dead bodies around the
Yeah, she is. She has tied the dead body of this shift to the back of her chariot, and she is riding it around that hospital.
Which is, what a you know, thing to do. Doug Driscoll is Hector, so. Yeah, anyway. Any thoughts? You guys have anything else on literary?
So I actually have locked in on one from the book series that I'm obsessed with right now. If anyone has read the Locked Tomb series, please talk to me about it. Slide into our DMs, slide into our emails. I promise I will actually respond to that one because I feel so feral about this book series. But anyway, if you have read the series, this may make sense to you. If you have not, then I'm just going to say some words. So I think Dr. Mel King is Nona for several reasons. Because I think both are sort of infantilized and like treated like children, but they're actually like very competent, and they also both love dogs, and I adore both of them. So that's my contribution to this conversation. Anyway, The Locked Tomb is really good and everyone should read it. I feel so feral. Anyway. I'm about to start a third podcast. Anyway. Probably not. I don't know if I have enough like actual smart things to say, and I really only feel like I understand 80% of this book series, but like that's why I feel so crazy about it, because I'm like, I need to understand. Anyway.
Okay.
Camille's like, moving on.
Anyway,
You're done.
Squarespace. Um, and our last question is from Paige over at Evil Twins Podcast. She wants to know our zodiac signs. And Mal, you wanted us to look up the whole kit and
Yes.
caboodle.
I was like, sun, moon, rising. Yes.
Okay.
The whole thing.
So do you want to go first?
Yes. So I am a Pisces sun, Libra moon, Cancer rising. I don't actually know what that means, but I did memorize those things just in case there is
because you're a lesbian.
Yes, because just in case there's some hot woman someday who's like, "Oh, what's your sign?" And then I have to be like, "Well, here's my entire chart. Please kiss me." Anyway, yeah, so I do know those things.
So I'm a Virgo sun, Leo moon, Scorpio rising. I don't know. 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 Oh no. I don't know.
What are the three? It's sun, moon, and what?
Rising or ascending.
Fuck. I don't have that. Fuck. I just know that I'm a Taurus sun and a Capricorn moon. I don't know rising or falling.
Descending.
I don't know anything.
So someone tell us if we're compatible as podcast hosts. Like, was this written in the stars?
Anyway, so this Garcia Santos fanfic is not that bad, actually.
Send it to me.
Is that why you've been quiet? Oh my god.
Show me to me, Rachel.
It's a slow burn first chapter. They don't do anything until I think like the end. I'm still reading it.
Oh my gosh, is this like smut?
I'm gonna leave an Adderall like crumb trail to your microphone next time.
Oh, guys, it got to the sex.
Oh my god.
How is it? Is it good?
Here's the thing, smut doesn't do anything for me. I have to be honest, is that smut never did anything for me. It never gave me any tingling feelings. Shout out to you if smut gives you the tingling feelings. From what I'm reading right now, it's very well written. I like when my smut does some world exploring. Like, I don't care so much about the sex part. I care so much about the magic system.
You're like, I don't need these two to explore each other's bodies. I need them to explore this world, this universe.
Yeah.
Well, anything else that you guys want to mention before we go this week?
Yes, I'm sorry for all of this.
I'm just going to read one line from this fanfic.
No!
To close off the
what
episode.
If the fanfic writer listens to this podcast?
Good, then they'll know that they wrote great work. The line is, Trinity, you useless lesbian. Focus. Pants.
Pants? like take them off pants? Or pants like...
No. Honestly, in the context of this sentence, it might be both. Who knows?
I'm gonna peel skin off of my face.
Send me this, Robert. Send me this.
I'm reading it. I'm gonna read it to make sure the smut's okay first before I can send it to you.
I don't even need it to be good.
It's very sweet. Like there's a lot of like, is this okay? Are you okay? Like it's very sweet so far.
If anyone has any fanfic recs, I would also reply to messages about that. If you know any really good PITT fanfics.
Is Garcia's first name Yolanda?
Yes.
I completely forgot about that, but I'm learning that now reading this fanfic because instead of wanting Santos to say Garcia, she corrects her and she's like Yolanda, and I'm like, oh fuck.
Yolanda.
First name
okay.
How long is this? Oh my god, there's like a whole ass. There's parts. Oh my god, there's parts.
Robert, see, fanfiction didn't used to do anything for me either, but that was when I was reading, MLM, and then I discovered that women could do it.
Multi-level marketing.
This fucking fanfic author is like, oh, I'm gonna have the first part came out May 10th. The second part came out September 11th. This person has been writing, I guess, for a long time and is now dedicating themselves to a weekly release of the parts of this fanfic. I'm invested.
Robert, I need to be invested in this, please. Give it to me.
I'm sending it to you now.
Also, Camille, we were talking last time about how there needs to be a time where Robert says, so long, fellow losers, like, but it's got to be for the bit. Because, I said it that one time because, I don't know.
If we're done reading Santos Garcia smut, then so long, fellow losers.
The Pit Crew podcast is created and produced by us, Robert, Mal, and Camille. It is edited by Robert. You can find us on TikTok, Threads, and Instagram at Pit Crew Podcasts. If you'd like to support our other projects, our socials are linked in the show notes. Our art is by Rand Pacoca, and he can be found on Instagram at Rand Pacoca. All patient questions and concerns can be emailed to pitcrewpodcast@gmail.com. And this isn't a Taco Bell, but we do appreciate a 5-star rating and review wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to schedule a follow-up appointment with a nurse before you go. See you next time.
Welcome to the ASMR Pit Crew.
Welcome to the ASMR Pit Crew podcast. I'm your host, Camille.
What if we gunned for the role of companion podcast, but it was a shitty ASMR podcast?
What if we're
gonna talk about the Pit in whispers today.
What if we record every episode of the Pit, all of the dialogue, but we do it ASMR style?
And we do the medical procedures ASMR, like those role play situations where it's like, I'm a doctor.
Go home, Frank.
Go home, Frank.
Could a drug addict do what I
do? Camille, give an actual fucking intro.
Okay.
that can be like a blooper at the end.